Want to build real wealth without getting overwhelmed? Start with just a few simple money rules that guide your daily decisions. Every day, we're hit with endless choices, whether it's big ones like, should I invest? Or small ones like, is this worth the splurge? Setting a few personal money rules can help you cut through the noise and make smarter decisions faster, leading you straight toward your financial goals. Stick to these simple rules and watch your wealth grow. Look, you don't need to be a Wall Street whiz to manage your money well. It's all about knowing the basic principles and making them work for you. Think of it like building a house. You start with a solid foundation, then build upon it brick by brick. In the world of personal finance, those bricks are simple money rules. Follow them consistently, and you'll be amazed at how quickly your wealth can grow. We'll go through them one by one, breaking down each rule into bite-sized pieces that are easy to understand and apply to your life. No complicated charts, no confusing financial terms, just straightforward advice that you can start using today. So buckle up and get ready to take control of your finances. We're about to embark on a journey towards financial freedom, and trust me, it's going to be a lot more exciting than you think. All right, let's kick things off with the most fundamental rule of personal finance: spend less than you earn. It sounds simple, right? But you'd be surprised how many people struggle with this. Imagine you're a pirate with a treasure chest full of gold coins. Every time you spend money, you take some coins out of the chest. Now, if you keep taking out coins without putting any back in, what's going to happen eventually? You got it, an empty treasure chest. The same goes for your bank account. If you're constantly spending more than you're bringing in, you're heading straight for financial trouble. It's like trying to run a marathon while constantly tripping over your own feet. So how do you avoid this? It's all about creating a budget and sticking to it. We'll dive deeper into budgeting techniques later, but for now, just remember the golden rule. Spend less than you earn, and you'll be well on your way to building a treasure chest overflowing with gold. Now, let's talk about a concept that's super important, but often overlooked: paying yourself first. This means setting aside a portion of your income for savings and investments before you even think about spending on anything else. Think of it like feeding your future self. If you wait until the end of the month to save whatever's left over, chances are there won't be much, if anything, left. Life always seems to find a way to throw unexpected expenses your way, leaving your savings goals in the dust. But when you pay yourself first, you're prioritizing your financial well-being. It's like putting your own oxygen mask on first before helping others on an airplane. You need to secure your financial future before you can truly enjoy the present. So how much should you pay yourself first? A good starting point is 10% of your income, but aim for more as your income grows. Trust me, your future self will thank you. All right, let's talk about emergency funds. This is non-negotiable, guys. Having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved up can be the difference between a minor inconvenience and a major financial disaster. Imagine your car breaks down, or you suddenly lose your job. These things happen, and you don't want to be caught off guard. Think of it like this: you wouldn't drive a car without insurance, right? Well, your emergency fund is like insurance for your life. It's there to protect you from those unexpected financial potholes that we all hit from time to time. Without it, even a small bump in the road can send you careening off track. Now, I know it can be tough to save, especially when you're just starting out. But trust me, even small contributions add up over time. Start by putting aside $50 or $100 a month. As you start earning more, increase that amount. You can even set up automatic transfers to your savings account, so you don't even have to think about it. Remember, this is your financial safety net. It's there to catch you if you fall. Having that peace of mind is priceless. Knowing you've got a financial cushion allows you to take risks, pursue opportunities, and navigate life's uncertainties with confidence. So, make building that emergency fund a top priority. You won't regret it. Let's talk about debt. specifically the bad kind. I'm talking about high-interest credit card debt. This is the stuff that can really derail your financial progress. Listen, I get it. Credit cards can be tempting. They offer instant gratification, but that comes at a steep price. High interest rates that can trap you in a cycle of debt. Think of it this way. Every dollar you put on a credit card that you can't pay off immediately is like borrowing from your future self and charging yourself interest. And those interest rates, they're designed to make the credit card companies rich, not you. So, what's the solution? Avoid bad debt like the plague. Live within your means, track your spending, and only charge what you can afford to pay back in full each month. If you're already struggling with credit card debt, make a plan to pay it off as quickly as possible. Look for ways to reduce your interest rates, like consolidating your debt or negotiating with your credit card company. Remember, getting into debt is easy, but getting out can feel like an uphill battle. Don't let bad debt hold you back from achieving your financial goals. Break free from the debt trap and start building a solid financial future for yourself. Investing is one of the most powerful tools you have for building wealth, and the sooner you start, the better. This is because of a little thing called compound interest. It's basically like magic, where your money earns money, and then that money earns more money, and so on. Imagine rolling a snowball down a hill. At first, it's small, but as it rolls, it picks up more snow, getting bigger and bigger. That's compound interest in action. The longer you let your money compound, the more it grows exponentially. Even small amounts invested consistently over time can add up to significant wealth. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't have a lot of money to invest. And you know what? That's perfectly fine. The beauty of investing is that you can start small. Even if you can only invest $50 or $100 a month, that's a step in the right direction. Remember, time is your greatest asset when it comes to investing. The earlier you start, the more time you have for your money to grow. So, don't wait for the perfect time to start investing. The perfect time is now. Start small, be consistent, and watch your wealth snowball over time. Okay, so you're being responsible with your money, tracking your spending and investing. That's amazing. But remember, life isn't all about pinching pennies and living like a monk. You gotta enjoy the journey, right? Think of your money like a pizza. You've got 8 slices, but you don't need to eat them all in one go. You can enjoy a couple of slices now, save some for later, and maybe even share a slice with a friend. It's all about balance. Living below your means doesn't mean depriving yourself of everything fun. It's about making smart choices. Instead of eating out every night, try cooking at home a few times a week. Instead of dropping hundreds on designer clothes, check out thrift stores or look for sales. Remember, the goal is to enjoy life without derailing your financial progress. So go ahead, grab a slice of pizza or 2, but just be mindful of how much you're consuming. Your wallet will thank you for it in the long run. All right, folks, let's be real for a second. Do you know where your money goes every month? I'm not talking about a vague idea. I mean down to the dollar. If you don't, it's time to start tracking your spending. Seriously, it's a game changer. Think of it like shining a light on your spending habits. You might be surprised to see where all those hard-earned dollars are actually going. Those daily lattes, those impulse Amazon purchases, they can really add up without you even realizing it. Luckily, tracking your spending is easier than ever these days. There are tons of apps out there, many of them free, that can do the heavy lifting for you. You can even go old school and use a good old-fashioned spreadsheet. The point is, once you start tracking your spending, you'll be able to identify areas where you can cut back and start making your money work harder for you. Knowledge is power, my friends, especially when it comes to your finances. Now, we've talked about saving money, but let's talk about making that money grow. Remember that snowball effect we discussed earlier? Well, that's what happens when you start investing. Imagine planting a tree. At first, it's small and fragile, but with water, sunlight, and time, it grows into a big, strong tree that bears fruit. Investing is kind of like that. You're planting seeds of financial freedom that will grow over time. Now, I know investing can seem intimidating, especially for beginners, but it doesn't have to be. There are plenty of resources available to help you get started, from educational websites to financial advisors. The key is to start small and gradually increase your investments as you learn and gain confidence. Remember, the earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow. So don't wait. Start planting those seeds today. All right, let's talk about negotiation. A lot of people, especially when it comes to money, shy away from it. They think it's awkward, confrontational, or that they're not good at it. But here's the thing. Negotiation is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned and mastered. The more you do it, the more comfortable and effective you'll become. Think about it like this. Every time you buy something, from a car to a cup of coffee, there's a price attached to it. But that price isn't always set in stone. There's often room for negotiation, even if it's just a small discount or an added bonus. You'd be surprised how often businesses are willing to budge a little, especially if it means keeping you as a happy customer. The key is to approach negotiation with confidence and a willingness to walk away if you're not getting what you want. Do your research, know your worth, and don't be afraid to ask for what you want. The worst that can happen is they say no, and then you're no worse off than you were before. But if they say yes, you've just saved yourself some serious cash. Remember, every dollar you save through negotiation is a dollar that goes straight into your pocket. It's like giving yourself a raise without even having to ask your boss. So, the next time you're about to make a purchase, big or small, don't be afraid to channel your inner negotiator and see if you can score a better deal. Now, we've talked a lot about saving, investing, and building wealth, and those are all incredibly important. But here's the thing. Money isn't everything. It's a tool, a resource that's meant to help you live a better life, not to rule your life. It's all about finding that balance between planning for the future and enjoying the present moment. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, to constantly be thinking about tomorrow, next month, or next year. But if you're always so focused on the future, you're going to miss out on the joys of today. It's like saving up for a dream vacation, but forgetting to enjoy the journey along the way. So, how do you find that sweet spot? It's about setting financial goals. Yes, but also setting goals for experiences, relationships, and personal growth. Maybe it's taking that weekend trip with friends, splurging on a nice dinner, or finally pursuing that hobby you've always been interested in. Life is meant to be lived, and that means allowing yourself to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Remember, money is a renewable resource, but time is not. So, make sure you're using both wisely. Invest in your future, but don't forget to savor the present moment. So, there you have it. The simple rules of money that anyone can follow. Spend less than you earn. Pay yourself first. Build that emergency fund. Avoid bad debt. Invest. Live below your means. Track your spending. Make your money work for you. Learn to negotiate. And don't forget to enjoy life. Money doesn't have to be complicated. Stick to these rules, and not only will you stay on track, but you'll also find that money starts working for you instead of the other way around. You'll have more financial freedom, less stress, and more opportunities to pursue the things that truly matter to you. And remember, even pirates need to save some treasure for the future. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you enjoyed this video and would like to see more content, I'd really appreciate your support. Subscribing to the channel is the best way to help me continue creating more content just for you.